Dude, seriously? I cleaned out a box from when I moved, and I realized I didn't lose my knives. I still have all of them. They're just in boxes that I haven't even looked at. I mean, really, how do I misplace this many knives, guys? Really. A lot of them are El Cheapo, some of them are pieces of crap. It is what it is, but really, this many knives? I just thought I lost them over the course of the time, moving back and forth and whatnot. So, I'm going to bust out some of these into individual reviews, but guys, I'm just going to dig through these and kind of see what I got. This was a small little box that I threw them all in whenever I was moving, and I boxed them all up in one of my other boxes. Didn't even realize they were in there. So, got a great little El Cheapo stainless stiletto style knife. I mean, this thing actually has a decent little edge on it, but this was one of my first. Oh, it's a switchblade. Yeah, got that back when I was like 14. Another El Cheapo knife, missing a screw. That's awesome. But I'm going to salvage this one for parts, because this is the exact same knife that I will show you later on. I actually Duracoated a knife very similar to this. So I'm going to salvage this sucker for parts. Moving on down. Not really belonging in there, but a box cutter. That's a knife, I guess. Got a good grip to it. Decent feel. I'm not going to... These couple knives that I'm going through right now, I'm not going to bust out into individual reviews. There's no point. These are El Cheapo knives. This one's pretty cool. Staghorn, fake Staghorn, stainless steel blade, push button assisted opening, screws backing out on it. Awesome. So I need to actually work on this one a little bit. This one's decent. I mean, it's nothing. It's a little pocket folder, but quick into action. It's got a locking back. It is what it is. I think it was a $3 knife at the time. These are pretty cool. Got these whenever I was about 12. They say Yellowstone on them. I've got a little matching set right here. Two different serration patterns. I think at the time they mimicked a Spyderco. The little tiny Spydercos that they had come out with. And this was 15, 16 years ago. So, just two little cheap knives. This one. This one I actually confiscated off of a guy. It's a Frost Cutlery. Surprisingly, it's not that bad of a knife. Confiscated off a guy trying to come into the bar that I was bouncing at. I was a bouncer in downtown Charlotte for a little while, and the guy during race week walked up, had a knife in his pocket. I clearly saw it. And during race week, we do not let anybody in with any sort of weaponry, just because it can cause an issue. Normally, we kind of maybe glance the other way on pocket knives, you know. But during race week, nah, that couldn't fly. Also, Smith & Wesson SWAT First Millennium Run. Pretty cool knife. Lost the clip on that. Actually, it broke off. Pretty cool knife though. Got decent traction on it. This one I think actually about 2002. I think I confiscated it from my dad. Oh well. He hasn't missed it. I got him a couple to replace it actually. This one. This is another version. It's a Gerber 500. Solid little pocket knife, man. Great little pocket knife. Lock back. But I'll probably bust it out in its own little review. I've got a couple of these that are just good old standbys. This one is one of my favorites. People are like, and that cheap ass little leather sheath, that Cutco blade is one of your favorites? Yeah. It's just straight up stainless with a little lockback. The reason it's one of my favorites, it's my first knife. When I was, I think, 6, this was my first, actually 6 or 7, this was my first lockback knife that I got. I got it for Christmas from my grandpa, and this one's not going anywhere. He had one just like it, and man, you could abuse the crap out of this blade. He sharpened his all the way down. He used it, and ended up having to reprofile it and sharpen it, and that sucker was a damn needle by the time he was done with it. But that's kind of a sentimental blade to me. Moving on. Oh, sharp Swiss Army knife. Okay. Interesting. Made out of Japan. Well, you know what? Everybody needs to have a little Swiss Army knife on them. This one has been definitely put through the paces. It's got some rust. Is that rust? Yeah, that's rust. It's completely dirty, and I'm probably not going to break it out in its own review. It's just a little El Cheapo Swiss Army knife, but nonetheless, everybody needs to have one. I had like 10 of those things at one time, 10 different variations. Some were nicer than others. I'm actually mad that I cannot find my, I think it's a Swiss tool, not Swiss tool, Victorinox Swiss Army knife. Kind of aggravated I can't find that one. This one's pretty cool. It is a spoon and fork that break out into utensils for in your camp. Bottle opener, can opener, corkscrew, and the all important, if I can actually get it because my thumbs are kind of worn out. All this black stuff on my hands, guys, by the way, is I've been rebuilding. Wow, that has a hell of an edge. I've been rebuilding the clutch on my Mustang, and because it's shot. 99 Mustang clutch has never been redone, 150,000 miles, kind of needs to be redone. It's a pretty decent little knife, something nice to have if you go camping. It's kind of heavy, to be honest with you. If I'm going camping, I'm probably carrying a little set of Teflon cookware, or like probably a fork and knife, something like that, something a little bit lighter. This is ounce wise a little heavy. I'm probably not going to break it out in its own review. These next few I will, though. This one actually probably won't, because it is old and binding up. In fact, I can't even tell you who makes the damn thing, but it's stamped New York and US, I can tell that much. So I'm probably going to end up cleaning this blade up. I might carry this around as a pocket knife, a little dual blade. Wow, that blade has seen some rough times. Look at the notching on it. Well, maybe I won't clean it up. That's the coolness factor. Schrade knife. Man. Nice old timer. Man. I'd say that thing's been in the case way too long. These knives, when I was younger, I did not take near as good a care of my stuff as I should have. I like this Schrade knife, though. This is another one of my first knives. The Gerber Multi-Tool. One of the original Gerber Multi-Tools. And I'm going to bust this sucker out in its own review. I know they don't still make this model, but they make something similar to it, so I can address the similarities to the new one versus the old one. In fact, I might get the new one just to compare them. And then this one I'm pretty sure is probably not in production anymore. There's actually a side lock, tension lock. This blade is dull. It has seen some hard use. This is a Gerber, heck, I cannot, bolt action. The reason it's called a bolt action, so you can pop that blade off. Say you've got a gutted deer or some other type of animal. Boom, gut hook. Pop that off, and I don't like carrying it like that because the sucker will catch on your clothes. But pop that off. You're out in the woods. You gotta saw up a little limb. I'm doing way too much with this knife, especially if I'm planning on reviewing it. But there we go. Little saw blade. Cool stuff, man. But when you think you have a ton of knives and there's always more, you keep wondering where the hell they come from. I can't remember. I can tell you where every single one of these blades came from over the course of the time, but I had no clue that this many had gone missing. It's pretty sad that I have so many knives I didn't even notice some of these knives going missing. Granted, most of them are hunks of junk, but they're El Cheapo pocket knives, man. Everybody, like I said, if you've ever watched my knives under $20, you know that I believe everybody should carry a pocket knife. If nothing else, for utility. I can't tell you how many times a day I pull my pocket knife out and use it for utility. There's just so many different ways that you can use a pocket knife. Ideally, if you're carrying one, you're using it as utility. Occasionally you have to use it as defense, and that's what they're there for. So guys, I just wanted to bring you up to speed, let y'all see what all the heck I found, dude. I think it's pretty cool that there were this many knives that were just chilling in a box. In fact, there's 2 or 3 more that fell out of this box into the bigger box that they're, in my opinion, lower quality than some of these knives, so I didn't even bother grabbing them. I found these about 5 minutes ago, and I figured I'd share it with y'all. Alright, y'all have a good day. Chris out.